Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. If you have been drawn to this particular reading, it is going to be specifically about third-party situations. Those of you more than likely who are in separation as a result of that relationship or connection. So I'll be taking a look at that energy. Hopefully there's something here that will give you enlightenment or insight regarding that connection. Just checking in on that energy, and let's go ahead and see what needs to come through. It is general as always, so please only take the parts of it that resonate for you and release what doesn't. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into it. Hi there, fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and take a look at the energy focused on third-party situations. More so from the perspective of relationships that are in separation as a result of it. But this could be a current matter that you're focused on for yourself. So let's see. Let's see what comes forward here. What is the energy for fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius? All right, so this is the very first card coming forward. We have accusations, blaming others to take the attention off of themselves. So this is somebody who wasn't fessing up to their actions. So, you might have noticed that their behaviors were shady, that they weren't really being honest and truthful with you. So, you might have brought it up in conversation and they completely either denied it or turned things around on you. Look at this card. We've got suspicions. Okay, your suspicions are right. And when you brought this to your person's attention, they were probably like, no, you're completely wrong. You're crazy. I didn't do that. But at the end of the day, it's clarifying here that you did your homework, so to speak, and they were not being honest. Something was going on. Look at this. Goodbye when you know it's time. Okay, so if you relate to this, once you realize that this was actually happening, you probably ended things with your person because you were not going to put up with it. Take this one if it makes sense. We have dead ringer here. When you can't be with the one you love, a close substitute will do. All right, so either this is what's happening from the other person's side, or you might have connected with somebody who looks like your ex-partner. Okay, so there's something about connecting with an individual because they look very much like an ex-partner. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this. Let's grab some words to add to the storyline here. A relationship definitely came to an end because of this. Look at this. I'm so sorry. If you never got an apology in the 3D, it's coming through here. Either they don't feel worthy enough to come forward. They could be embarrassed. Maybe you guys have truly fallen out of touch. Maybe it's been a long time, but they are coming through here with an apology. Let's see what else. I will never love again. Never. This person, they certainly made their fair share of mistakes, but when it comes to their heart space, they truly do love you. But they obviously did something here to ruin the relationship. So they could have been with somebody else, but at the end of the day, they love you, or came to that realization after the fact. I want us to start over. That, of course, requires both people to be on the same page. And if you just are not, there's nothing that they can do to get this thing started again if you're just not on board. But this is what it is that they would want to share with you if they could. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify this with tarot. And let's take a look and see, in addition to what we're already seeing, what else they would like to let you know. Angels and spirit guides, please, focusing on fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, third-party involvements. Look at this, Ace of Cups. If they could, honestly, they would want to have a fresh start. And it's pretty much reiterating what we've already seen here. I want us to start over. It depends on where you're at, you know, because if you're not at that point where you even want to see this person or talk to this person, this could also represent you loving yourself, being able to fill that cup for you. Self-love, self-care, focusing on your healing in order to create a fresh start, a new beginning in your romantic life. This could also be telling you that if you're not interested in reconnecting with this person coming through in this reading, that there is new love on the horizon. It could be that. Look at this. We do have the Seven of Swords. So it is confirmation that your ex-partner was deceptive. They lied to you. There could have definitely been cheating with the third party. And they are also letting you know here that they regret it big time. Big time. You know, I'm so sorry that I hurt you. I'm so sorry that this happened. They definitely entertained way too many options. Okay. So in a way, they recognize this and they're blaming themselves because nobody else was at fault here, but they could have also, you know, in the beginning, as we can see, it's like, nope, I didn't do that, you know, turning the whole situation around. So now they know that they can't do that. And that took time for them to learn. And once again, you know, they really do want to have that new beginning with you. It really depends on if you would even consider this. They could have also been what they now consider to be a fool. You know, I was a fool for how I treated you. I was a fool for even getting involved with this person, the whole third party situation. And we have the Star. I feel at this point, you know, it's like looking up at the stars, as corny as that might sound sometimes, and just hoping and wishing that you guys could have another opportunity to find your way back to each other. So it's still a part of their thoughts. They're still really hoping that somehow, some way, you guys can share a fresh start here. It's coming forward from a divine masculine, a message to the feminine to let you know that perhaps your masculine is wanting to take some sort of action here to manifest this wish, regardless of how it may unfold. There is no guarantee of a reconciliation, especially if both people are just on very different pages. But I feel you might hear from your masculine regardless to either apologize in person, to set the record straight, however way that conversation needs to happen, to certainly let you know, it's like, I'm so sorry for what happened. I still love you. Can we try again? This makes sense for me as well. So if you're not hearing from your masculine, it's not because they don't want to. It's because they're actually having to reanalyze everything that's been going on with them, replaying the whole situation and how it all unfolded. And so this right here, the Strength card, it's your masculine trying to find the courage, literally, to take that first step, maybe to send a text, to reach out to you, to call you, to maybe reach out on social media, to see you in person, however the case might be. So it's a little bit scary for them, especially knowing that you absolutely could reject them still. So let's grab one more card here. Absolutely 100% you guys had a tower moment. That's what created the separation to begin with. But, you know, when we see this card, it's in a way a blessing because it's giving you guys the opportunity to rebuild a foundation as long as you guys are on board, on the same page, wanting the same things. So if you're open to starting over with your masculine divine feminine, it does seem here that that's what he's wanting. So if that's what you're wanting as well, then you can have a fresh start here. All right, guys, so I'll leave that there. If you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. I'll also link the decks down below. Thank you so much, guys. I will catch you next time. Take care.